Good morning. Somebody just put page handled by Darren Dukes. I don't have no idea who this Darren Dukes character is. That's a cool name though. Darren Dukes. Hi, I'm Darren Dukes. Pretty cool. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yesterday's game. Here we go. Yesterday's game. The one thing that was shocky, tank, and get Ashton Ginty. I am with that, Jeremiah. The one thing that was surprising about the game yesterday was Jerry Jones saying us getting beat like that was surprising. That wasn't surprising. No, I'm going to do, Frank. I'm going to be making my own beats. I'm paying for these. So I'm going to get rid of this subscription and I'm going to make my own beats. So yeah, I started this summer. So I have like 5 or 6 usable tracks. You know what? I'm using AI, of course, but I've got like 5 or 6 usable tracks, of course. But I have to bear down. Maybe I'll do it over maybe a Thanksgiving break or the holidays or something like that. Maybe I'll bear down and make some more songs. But yeah, I'm making my own beats. Thank you for that. But back to the game. I know. I left the live running because I was going to get the dog, man. I shut it down. I shut my camera down. I shut it down the old school way instead of shutting it down through Restream. So I just shut it down the old school way because I was making a video and I had to get out of here and I had to go get my dog. And he's doing great, by the way. I mean, he's not normal, of course, but he's shaking it off. He was in here this morning, just sitting in here chilling. So he went in there with my daughter. The Lions did, and that's another part of this whole thing that we're not. We were heavily look. We're on one tier. I'm gonna start off everything I'm saying by we're on one tier, and the Lions are on another tier. Okay, that's what we start off, right? Then we start looking at the weapons that we have versus the weapons that they have, and that's what I've been talking about. How I've been jealous of the Lions all season. You know, you talk about that. And then they had a chip on their shoulder because of last year in the playoffs. And that's why they was running all those trick plays. They were stunting on us. So, they're so good that we can't do anything about that. I mean, I can't even get mad and say, oh, we'll get them back. I can't even say, we'll get them next time and we'll do that to them. They're on a different level than we are. So so the emotion of anything they were doing completely wasn't there. It was just me and my attention on what the Dallas Cowboys are not doing. Jerry, boycott, please. And he, Christy, hi Christy, how you doing? He also did do something. He showed a little accountability during that interview of something I was saying. I said this during the stream, and I'll say it again right now. In the streaming, in this internet world, in the influencer, whatever world or whatnot, there are people that draw the line in making money off of their audience versus making money through corporations and people like that, people who have big pockets or whatever. So I don't judge on how people do it. You do it the way you feel like you need to do it or whatever. The only thing I'll say, if you choose the route of selling things to your audience and taking things from the people that have less than you so you can live better, if you do that, you do have an obligation to those people that you're taking from. You do have an obligation from the people that are buying stuff from you. that are believing in you, that are using their checks for you for some reason. You know, I couldn't do it myself, but if you do it, you do. So he did say that. He said he felt bad for the fans that were in the stadium, because that's what I said during the stream. Those are the people that were actually giving their big checks, not little checks, huge checks to Jerry Jones. And to get that product, not just yesterday, the time before yesterday, and then the time before yesterday. And then the time before, you know, I mean, it's like, I think the last 4 games at home were horrendous. Jared's going to build a racetrack around the stadium. Good morning, Justin. I'm glad to be back in California in the morning, man. I was up at 3 o'clock this morning, ready to do this show. I have not cut on that TV though. You saw it when I come in. I've got my Oregon Ducks up there, and Oregon won this weekend. That duck is ridiculous, by the way. The duck is like taking over college football. But I was looking at my team on college football. I'm not looking at anything related to the NFL today, because they're gonna obsess over the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, Zidane, he is doing okay. The dude is tough as nails, and his platelet level went down to 0. So they said he was pretty much out of here. And then he came back. He said, wait a minute. Hard-earned money. Yes, Bear. Yeah. If you that's a big thing when you're that's a big thing of where you get your wealth from. And if you get your wealth from the people, if you grab your wealth from the people, you do have some kind of obligation to the people. Like me, I choose to get wealth from companies and stuff like that. If I do, I have obligations to them. Like, what do you want me to do? You want to make a 15-minute video? You want me to make a 30-minute video? You know, you have obligations for the people you're making money from. You know what I'm saying? But some people take the money from the people, and since they don't have power over you, they don't care. And that's the attitude that I get from Jerry Jones, that you are lesser than me. Just buy my stuff and let me go get on my yacht or whatever. That's the energy I get from him. So yesterday, there was some kind of accountability that came from Jerry that said he felt bad for the fans in the stadium. But how bad do you feel? Do you feel so bad that you'll stop lying? Huh? Will you feel so bad you won't say stuff like we're all in? To lie to people? Blatantly lie to people? Is that going to change? I doubt it. Top of the morning, Mean Mug. I can see that they took a big blow. I hate it. You shouldn't. I think every Cowboy fan. This is how good good of energy we have toward the Detroit Lions. Even what they were doing yesterday, I think that was more between them and the referees than them and us. But there was no evil or mean energy going toward the Lions. And when Hutchinson went down, I'm like, I think everybody was gutted, because they want to see that team at full strength keep going. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them beat other teams like they beat us. You know, the team before us, they did like that. You know, with Goff going 16-16 or whatever he did. You know, so I mean, I from day one I have been jealous of those weapons. I try to tell people that's what we need in Dallas, and it just doesn't happen. So yesterday I went on a rant, and I was blaming just about everybody, and everybody deserves blame on this thing. Yeah, prayers up for Aiden Hutchins. Thank you, Christy. Nobody wanted that to happen. Yeah, he didn't feel so bad he didn't give a refund. He didn't feel so bad he go and try to at least do something to make the fans excited. At least get a player or two to get us juiced up thinking about next season. Oh yeah, Bear said he had mean Leonard. I think those trick plays were for the referees. I think that was for the. I really honestly think that was for the referees. I say 8-9 football team, 8-9, but 8-9 could win the division. Hold on, and we could really mess up the draft pick. If Jerry really cares, we would have exactly Brent. I hope I can put that comment on here. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Right there on the screen, Brent. If Jerry really cares, make a trade for running back Nick Chubb or big play wide receiver or somebody. Because was there one play yesterday where our wide receiver was open and it looked like an easy pass? Can anybody think of one play yesterday from our passing game that looked like it was the guy was open and it was easy and we had plenty of time in the pocket to make that delivery? When was that? Because in my mind's eye, all I can remember most of this entire season is short area throws, tight pockets, and just basically nothing open. I don't see us trying to get Devontae Adams either. I don't know. Zach Martin getting trucked. All tight windows. It's all tight windows. I can't. Well, CD's not getting open either, Bear. Like, none of them are getting open. And CD is one of the ones that's not getting open, but CD is the one that can actually catch the ball or contort his body to catch the ball. He the one that can get the 50-50 balls and things of that sort. I know we did not have the passing game. We did not. No play. You can't have play action. There's no threat of the run. Everybody is playing the pass. Everybody is playing the pass. We work so hard. That's what it feels like, Woody Mac. We're just working hard to get the ball down the field, catching tight balls, catch it real good, whatever. And those plays should be relegated to third and close and stuff like that, where you get to have those tight windows and things like that because the defense is playing close because they know what you need. Yeah, Brent, I kind of crashed out on that last night when people were bringing up Romo. Romo was a good player. He was a good guy. I mean, just like Dak, they're good players. I can't sit here and just rail on Romo or Dak when the whole organization is bad. With both of those guys, Romo and Dak, there's no way a quarterback can win when the things around them aren't correct. That's why Tom Brady, especially when he left the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the one who they say the greatest of all time, no, when he went to Tampa Bay, he had to have all the pieces around him. Peyton Manning knew when he went to Denver, one of another ones that call a GOAT, had to have the right things around him to be successful. That's just the way the game is. That's not saying anything against a player or anything like that. It's 11 versus 11. It's the ultimate team game. You have never in your life seen a quarterback take a team to the Super Bowl when the offensive line is last in the NFL and when the wide receivers are last in the NFL and when their running game, all of them, all together, are last in the NFL. You have never seen a quarterback take a team to the playoffs in that situation. Why? Because you can't. Because all of those players lead up to making a play. All those players lead up to making a play. And then you need those players to misdirect so you can make those plays better. So to focus on one person is just maddening. It's not a whole thing. It's more of the way the NFL thinks about quarterbacks. They're superheroes, and they can, if the team wins, the quarterback's great. If the team loses, the quarterback's terrible. And that's not the truth. If the team wins, the team's good, and if the team loses, the team is terrible. They have to fix it. Now, you do need quarterbacks that are functional. There's different, like you need players that are functional. You can't get a running back that can't find a hole. You can't get a quarterback that can't throw a pass. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the stuff I'm talking about. But when you get a quarterback, it's not about the quarterback. It's about all 11. And right now on offense and on defense, we have an all 11 problem. We have an all 11 problem. And when you have an 11 problem, there will not be one out of the few that shine. It just won't happen. This season feels like when we traded for Amari Cooper, we need to make a move like that to change the season, but it won't happen. Yeah. Nah. I can't even see anything unless we can somehow get Tyreek Hill, some juice like that for our offense, because Devontae, he's not young Devontae no more. So he's going to get slower and slower and slower. So his skill set is kind of what I said about Hop. When we were looking at getting DeAndre Hopkins, not the Cowboys, but he is not going to create a lot of separation. But when you throw the ball to him, it's a better chance that he's going to catch that ball. But still, when you throw the ball to him in traffic, that's just a dangerous pass altogether. It's much better to throw to that guy like Rashid Shaheed that's running wide open and let him catch the ball and run. Or if he drops the ball, it's safe. It's not going to be an interception or anything like that. It's better to have those guys rather than the short guys. So right now, I see Devontae Adams as that. But if we can get a Waddle, if we can get a Tyreek Hill, if we can get some kind of speedster, because you know what you need on the other side with Brandon Cooks, and you need to upgrade Brandon Cooks. So you need to bring somebody in, because Brandon Cooks can't do it. You need to bring somebody in that's better than Brandon Cooks, and we'll see. Adams doesn't fit. I don't see it really. Tyreek's okay, I think. DK Metcalf, I'm all over that one, Torres. DK had a bad game last week, though, man. He was having all kind of mental mistakes, dropping the ball. Yeah, people talking like changing the coach is going to do anything. No. hey, Macco Cowboy. Ask Bill Belichick to come coach the Cowboys in their current situation and see what he said. I said he's Tyreek Hill. So when he goes that 9 route, there's going to be at least two, maybe even 3 people going with him. And that should create space underneath. Especially when they do that, they're going to have to be in zone. Yeah, Turpin is not. Turpin is just like, it's a talent thing with Turpin, Brian. Turpin was never that guy. I think this year is we're getting the complete ceiling of Turpin. I think we are. I think he's playing great, but for us to expect Turpin to be a Tyreek Hill, that's us being wow. You know what I'm saying? For us to think that he's going to fill a role to that level, it's not going to happen. I'm freezing up. All right. You know what it is? I did not restart my computer. I'm all in green right now. I thought it was they're shooting a movie out there. I'm in green now. But they were shooting a movie out there yesterday, and I thought they were sucking up my internet because they had movie trucks all up and down the street. But if it's freezing this morning, it looks like it's all good this morning. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe it's just YouTube. I'm all green over here. I'll keep an eye on it. Turpin, I don't know if he would. I don't know. I don't know if he would make the Chiefs, man. I'm just saying we might be. I don't know. Kind of like Hendershot. You know what I'm saying? We thought Hendershot was really pretty good, right? Hendershot went to the Chiefs, and Hendershot didn't make it to the Chiefs very long because our talent level is really low. We don't even know how low our talent level, but our talent level is nowhere near. It's not to the level where somebody can come off our roster and go on the Chiefs roster. Let's just say that. My dog is doing great, actually. He's actually doing very good. Thank you for asking. Did we lose a lot of players last year? Well, Tony Pollard had a good game yesterday. Yeah, no, I just think the NFL is. I think we're losing. I think we're falling behind, and we were kind of exposed by the Packers. You know, we lost on such a big stage that we got exposed on, you know, our route concepts and the things that we're doing, and it's pretty archaic and pretty easy to stop. So that's the reason why we're bad. We don't see any creativity. Like, I mean, again, not only am I jealous of the weapons in Detroit, I'm jealous of the creativity from Ben Johnson. You know, I mean, that was them flexing again, doing all those trick plays. Yes, hey Eric, yes, my dog is doing great. I've already apologized to everybody and apologize to you. I was really in a bad way yesterday, so I apologize for all that. Hey, what's up, Magic Toaster? He is a rat terrier, Chihuahua mix, and like I said, don't feel really bad for him because he is a killer. He kills whatever he can. Anything smaller than him, he kills. So that snake was fighting for its life. He got bit 3 times. Just think about the concept. That's what the doctors were saying, and the other dog probably ate the snake, but there was 3 bites. So if something bites you and it hurts, you get out of there, right? You're not staying in there to get bit 2 more times. Well, he was in there because he was trying to do something. He was not leaving that snake. So I don't know what to do with him, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he learns a lesson from that. I don't know. Like I said yesterday, this is Mother Nature, and I'm just appreciating that he's still here. What's up, Spark? In my opinion, Ferguson needs to be our number 1 target. Ferguson needs to be, we need to work Ferguson and then work everything off of it because statistically, Ferguson is the only one that's getting average separation at receiver. How do I feel about going in next week's game with the 49ers? Well, I'm not really that bad because it's kind of about it's kind of about the 49ers because the 49ers are playing really bad. Really bad. Oh man, how did you not were you not able to this little D Texas? I was able, we were here and we got the vets like 2 minutes away. So we were able to get him. My daughter saw his face was all puffed up or whatever. So we took him. His skin was just hanging yesterday when the puffiness went out. But if we didn't get him down, his platelets went down to a 0. He was out of here if we didn't get him to the hospital in time. Sorry. No, there's no chance of a playoff run. There's chance at the playoffs. And again, I would say the only reason why there's a chance in the playoffs is because I don't believe in anybody in our division. I'm trying not to believe in the Commanders, but they are getting very annoying. He may have saved the kid. Yep. I know. We need a break, Dallas Cowboys girl. Everybody needs a minute. Everybody needs a minute. What's up, Big Win? You're right. Big win. Just the way I was a little emotional because it's twofold. It's like you really want your dog to live, and then the check that you're writing to make sure that dog lives. You want to make sure that check just doesn't go like, man, I just spent and he died. So it was a lot going on in my head yesterday. If you ask your boss for a raise and then stop showing up at work, you get fired. I don't hate the Vikings, man. The Vikings, every time I've seen them, they've looked good for some reason. Lions are your pick for Super Bowl out of the NFC. Yeah, that all up in these videos, that NFC South, we got to keep an eye on that division because I think all those teams are good except for Carolina, of course. Why not bring up Dalvin Cook? Zeke brings nothing. I don't know. If Zeke is still on our team after the break, we are not trying, and we're not going to try for a long time. If they feel like what they've seen from Ezekiel Elliott, that he's something that we need on the other side of this bye moving forward, I don't understand. I don't understand what we're saying. I mean, you can just look at any other game in the league. That's any other teams in the league and watch their running backs run with power and aggression. And you know what I'm saying? And we don't have one running back that can do that. It's that I need a ball. It's that running game. And what's his name from San Diego? The running back, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. He's a difference maker. Thank you, Magic Toast. I know. It's always traumatic putting a dog down. Yeah, I know. That's right. Like that was a couple of years. We've lost to all three of our losses. How ugly the losses have been. Albeit they've been ugly. Well, the Ravens wasn't that ugly, but they're all good teams. Two of them, it very well could be a Detroit versus Ravens Super Bowl, and that's two of our losses. And the other one is the Saints team that they're not the same team that we played right now. They're without the quarterback, so they're a little bit different at the moment. But the 49ers lost to the Rams, the Cardinals, and somebody else. I forgot. I can't remember the other one that they lost. They lost, and they've had some big losses. Fans need to see how different this team is from the past 3 years. We have no identity. We do nothing well as a football team except kick. I know. Yeah, our running scheme is terrible, and then it's just like. It's the same thing with Dak, with the running back. Even if we go get a Nick Chubb, how well is Nick Chubb going to run behind this offensive line? That's why that little rant at the beginning of this thing, I said it takes 11. So if the offensive line can't get protection, can't give Dak time, and can't open up holes for the running back, then it don't matter who we put in that running back position. He's not just going to magically make holes appear because he has a name and has had some good games on his resume. That doesn't just make things happen when you get on the actual football field. You got to have guys in front of you actually opening up holes for you to do what you did before. So our running game is bigger than just go getting Travis Etienne, and then our running game would be much better. Now it will be, but it needs a running scheme. That's how we run the ball. Our attitude, if it's zone runs or stretch run, whatever type of runs, we need a scheme, and we need players and we need blockers. I mean blockers, and we need the running back. And that, all three of those together make a running game. And then when you get that, you can have play action off of that to help your passing game. So, oh yeah, M Skills. That's what I'm gonna put that up. Where are you at? Where is it at? Where is that? Bam. There you go. Every time I see Derrick Henry, I say, yeah, he wouldn't look that good with the Cowboys. And that's kind of what I just said. That's kind of what I just said. If Derrick Henry was here, it would have been two things. We would not be running him the same way at all. And he would not have nearly the blocking that he has right now, or the running attitude from the team that he has right now. And so he would have not, that what you're seeing, to me, I was looking at Derrick Henry yesterday. I was like, he's only in his like 5th game, and it feels like he's been a Raven forever, right? It feels like he's supposed to have been a Raven because they already had that attitude when Derrick Henry went there. So when he got on that team, it was a perfect fit. Now you put Derrick Henry on your team, it'll be him just trying to hit a wall, because it'll be him trying to do something by himself. And again, if a man is big and strong and Derrick Henry can't do it by himself, nobody can. So, no, Brady couldn't save us. No. Yeah, so it's a level problem with the offense. It's that line. That line has deteriorated right in front of our faces. And again, this is why I'm mad at Dak, because as an internet nobody who knows this much about football, just a fan, I could notice that we were like getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I could see that happening. So if I'm like the leader of a group, and I feel like our group is going like this, then I'm going to do everything I can to help the personnel of my group come up. What do we need? We need to get this. We need to get somebody to do this. We need to do something else to help my group become a better group. And I don't feel like Dak has pushed for anything at all. I haven't heard, but Ezekiel Elliott. And that would make me even worse if he, even madder if he did so. So that, in that window is the one window where Dak could help us. He could be our shining star. That would, the one person that can go in, especially now since he got the check, can go into Jerry's office and say, Jerry, I need a running back and I need some offensive lineman that's going to block. I need all this stuff, or it's not going to happen. Not the one that gives us, I couldn't even watch his press conference after the game, because I'm sick of those words after the game. The words that support the organization. I'm sick of that. Dak, you make a choice. You with us or you with them? Because we try to win. I don't know what they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Are you with us or you with them? If you with us, go tell them we need a running back. Yeah, do you understand what I'm saying now, where I am with Mr. Prescott? That's the only way I think he can help us right now. That's the only, on the field, he can't do anything to help us right now. He can't do anything to help us right now on the field. He's just another dude out there. Until we get 11 out there that can actually play the game of football, one guy can't do nothing for us. Cowboys running backs couldn't even start on top college right now. Exactly. Still, I mean, such a liability. And the surprise yesterday was the inside, the interior of the offensive line. We were just getting destroyed inside. We're seeing Zach Martin not become a non-fact. Zach was mad. I've never seen Zach emotionally upset at himself in a football game. He has always been. That was like weird when he was like getting mad at himself. Yeah, Dak talks like Gary. He does. That's what annoys me. Ugh. Because we can't run the ball, James. It's just like if in the red zone. That's why all those picks. That's why it didn't matter. That's why it didn't matter when you change quarterbacks and still try to throw in the red zone. You can't throw the ball in the red zone. You have to run the ball in the red zone, or you have to trick people in the red zone, or you have to muscle them in the red zone with a bigger, taller, out physical person. That's why the red zone targets are big, because you got to be bigger than the person or whatever. Just to throw the ball into the end zone in the red zone is not going to happen. So it don't matter who you put. You put Cooper Rush back there. Cooper Rush had nowhere to throw the ball. He just threw it in back corner, tried to get something, try to make something happen, and it's not going to happen. I like Rico, but I can't see Rico being more than a running back, a backup. I can't see, even with a good line, I can't see Rico being anything but a backup. Top five. Top one, Larry H. Top one. After yesterday? After yesterday, I'm looking now. I'm on the. Could somebody do that? Because I can't focus on two things at the same time. I'm not good like that. Can somebody look and see where our running offense ranks in the NFL for Larry H? Because I swear we should be like one or two. Because I'm trying to think of a team with a worse running offense than us statistically and roster-wise. Roster-wise, I know we're the worst. We have Rico starting. Yeah, Deuce is. I guess Deuce is done. Hey, Garrett. He should have figured out how to run between tackles. Who knew that that Deuce Vaughn was going to come in the NFL and have to run between the tackles? Same thing. Who knew Brandon Cooks was going to come to Dallas Cowboys and have to run slant routes? The fall off of Diggs, no, I think Diggs was a hype job, DJ Jamil. I don't think Diggs is that much of a fall off as he is. He was a ball hawk, and when you get interceptions and things of that sort, it kind of was kind of like what's going on with Bland. You know, they were very opportunistic and getting, you know, they got Micah too. You know, the things that they were getting were metrics that you get paid off of. Corners get paid off interceptions and pass rushers get paid off sacks. And when you have that number up at a high number, then they have to pay you. And that's what's happened to all three of those guys. But that just because they have to pay you that high and just because you get interceptions do not make you a shutdown corner. There's the guys out there that are absolute shutdown corners that barely get interceptions. But you still don't want to throw it that way because it's not going to happen for you. With this one, with Diggs, you can throw it his way. Just make sure it's a good pass. He's more willing not to tackle, to not tackle. Vaughn would definitely have a role with the Lions. And that's what's going to happen, Z. Burleson. Let's see. Did anybody get? Dallas looked like they exhausted all their energy against the Steelers. Yeah. The Cowboys running game probably the same stat as the team running every sneak drive. Turpin's too small. I mean, just didn't we? Yeah, Turpin's a gadget player, man. At best, He's a gadget player on a good team. Now, I don't think Turpin would have that much of a role with the Lions. Maybe a little, but like I don't think any of our wide receivers would make it on any other team, any other top football team. Like the Lions wouldn't even look at Brandon Cooks. Can you actually see? You saw what's his name? Sharif, the Lions' fourth wide receiver, the little guy. And he was so explosive, it was ridiculous. I was like, this is their wide receiver 4 getting busy on us. And he had way more pop than we see on with Cooks when Cooks get the ball or anybody on our team. So, yes, Gerald Miller, he's okay. He went down to 0. He did. He was almost out of here, and then he came back. I know, right? The quarterback. No, not only that. Titan. Oh my. Dak is a quarterback. If you look at his skills, if you look at what Dak is, he's a quarterback that if you want him to be successful, he's not going to be successful. Weapons, and you got to have a running game so he can do the play action. If you do that, that dude would be. It would be doing what Goff is doing right now, but better. He'd be doing the same thing that Goff is doing now, but better. If he had destroying the quarterback. Paid off their one trick. But and playing football is a lot of tricks. It's the same. Let me get off the offense because I've been on the offense. Defense, it's the same thing. The thing that got me down on Micah is what I was just saying. He get paid by the ends. You know, when we were getting ready to play that team, those said defensive ends were doing more things than what Micah does. Those defensive ends were holding the edge, making tackles. You know what I'm saying? They were doing other things. Fool's goal. How much this has to do with Quinn? In those same teams, people would be saying different things about us. And then I don't think they played them as well as we did, but they played the Ravens pretty well. And that quarterback kid is annoying me because I was waiting for him to look like a rookie yesterday. Guys, like, come on now, it's time for him to look like a rookie, and he still looked cocky, sure of himself, comfortable. We're not gonna hate on Diggs. It's just the I'm the Diggs rise to superstar. It's what we do in Dallas. We hold on. This is wifey calling. It might be something important. Hold on just a second. And she wanted nothing. Making impact on special teams, and he's doing everything he can on offense. Like I said, I think we're experiencing the ceiling of Turpin. Turpin is doing everything he can. Yeah, no, I can't think of any top team, any top. Tier teams, a team good enough to beat certain teams, but to believe in Cliff Kingsbury and Dan Quinn, ooh, that's a stretch. That's hard for me. It's hard. It's really hard. The Lions were sending their tackles to catch. I know, just to embarrass us. The stream is glitching. Yep, it's something going on with the. It's all in red. Just kept everything just the way it was after yesterday's show, so it would be easy this morning. Yeah, the only team you can see Brandon Cooks starting for is the New England Patriots and the the Panthers got talent at wide receiver. They got the rookies. They got Leggett. Dak with a run game, exactly. But it's just, but what we're saying, Garrett here, we got Dak for 3 more years, and with a nice running game. How long would it take for us to develop a nice running game? How long is it going to take us to develop a offensive line? That would be the way that this quarterback would be the best. And you can get cheaper targets. Just get targets. The targets ain't got to be Tyreek Hill. There's many wide receivers in the league that are very good at getting the ball and going down the field that are not like a top tier player. We don't have none of them. There's tons of players out there better than Turpin on as an offensive wide receiver. There's tons of players out there better than Turpin. And I'm still saying Turpin is playing awesome this year. But there's tons better than him. So, I mean, it's just like, I don't understand how we're going to put this thing together around Dak in time in the next 3 or so, 3.5, 4 years that he has on his contract. And then, oh, by the way, the defense is horrible. So I don't understand how we're going to fix all of this stuff while we have this guy at quarterback. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what Dak is thinking by staying here. I don't understand what Dak is thinking by not making sure there's people blocking for him. Not making sure there's people that can catch his balls and run the routes. Not making sure there's people that can run the ball, so it's not on him on every single play. So I don't understand what he's thinking there. I don't understand what this organization is thinking by signing a quarterback when you ain't got nothing else. Why did you sign him? Just to keep us average? I don't get the focus. I don't get the thought process. Why do you sign a quarterback for this much money when your offensive line is on a soft rebuild? When you have the worst running back situation in the league easily, not even in question. When you have one wide receiver and the rest of them would not even play for a top tier team. Why would you play for a quarterback when you're in that situation? And then your defense just gave up 40. The defense looks horrible. So as far as structure, I don't understand. So it's hard to, like I said, I couldn't listen to Dak Prescott's press conference because I don't want to hear that stuff no more. We don't want to hear any lies. We don't want to hear any coping. I told the people during the game what they were going to say tomorrow. We're still 3-3 and only a game back. Because we heard it so much. That's why we're an organization that loses like that, because we're conditioned to think that way, because all we're going to get to is 9-8, 8-9, 7-10, not 10, maybe 10, not 10-7. But somewhere in that, I call us the perfect draft 18 through 20. Every year we're gonna be we always draft 18 through 22. We always go somewhere between in that little window, 18, and we will stick in that little window where we can get just marginal talent. Don't get us any, don't move the needle that much. I mean, this year the needle didn't get moved. This year the needle didn't get moved. Actually, this year the needle got moved backwards. Because we're still trying to catch up to where Tyron. We're trying to catch up to where Tyron was playing and Tyron was hurt. All right, guys, that's the way I've got to end it. But that's where I'm at right now. That's why I can't be emotionally attached to this football team, because I just don't know what everybody is thinking. I have no clue what everybody's thinking at all. And here we start our week. All right, I'll be here again tomorrow. Have a good day.